Now I have a chutzpah kashayla. I hope this is not recorded. Where did the Shulchan Aruch make a mistake? It's not recorded, right? B'shinui. Where did the Shulchan Aruch make a mistake? It's not my shayla, therefore I feel comfortable asking it. It's the Kotzke Rebbe's question. Where did the Shulchan Aruch make a mistake? The Kotzke Rebbe, in his very sharp style, once said, the Choshen Mishpat, Shin Nun Tes, the Shulchan Aruch rules la halacha, one is not allowed to steal. Said the Shulchan Aruch, what a mistake. What a mistake. The Shulchan Aruch should have written, there's an Indian not to steal. Once you say, you're not allowed to, well, that's not exactly what he meant. We have to analyze it. Sometimes mutar, it's a mitzvah. It's not really so. But once you say, listen, there's an Indian, there's a big Indian not to steal. It's an Indian. Oh, what's the raya to the Kotzke Rebbe? Said the Kotzke Rebbe, look at Shavuos. There's an Indian to stay up the whole night. Allah Hapsuka, and it's not me'akev, and you're yoitze choivas the yontif if you didn't. There's an Indian, it's a big Indian. Everybody stays up. Lo titzol, when it says don't steal, it's not really what it means. If the Shulchan Aruch would have written, it's a big Indian not to steal, people would stay away. It's a very, very good thing. It's an Indian not to steal. But when you say don't, people come up, wait a second, it's not so clear. There's a guy in yeshiva who brings a bottle of milk every day. That with his coffee, a cereal. By 10 o'clock in the morning, the bottle is already finished. Every single day. So one day he took a little sticker and he wrote on it, private. Following day, 9:30 is already gone. Following day he writes, please don't use, for personal use only. The following day, 9:15, bottle is empty. So his friend tells him, listen, it's not going to work. You should write Chalav Stam. It's not Chalav Yisrael. Nobody touched that milk for 2 weeks. Listen, Chalav Yisrael, it's an Indian, Chalav Stam, yeah. His friend brought an orange every single day to yeshiva. Same thing. Orange disappeared. He wrote on it private, disappeared. He wrote on it, please don't use, disappeared. The following day he wrote on it, Heter Mechira. Heter Mechira! What do I say? Don't steal? No, it's an Indian apparently. It's an Indian. Shulchan Aruch wrote, don't steal! No. In Yerushalmi, in Yevamos, Perek Yud Beis, Halacha Aleph, the Yerushalmi says, Minhag, Oiker Halacha. Sometimes the minhag has such koyach, as if uproot a halacha. What's the raya to that? There's a halacha psuka. If one borrows money, he must repay. He must pay back. And yet people don't do that. You see, minhag, oiker halacha, the minhag is not to pay. So people borrow money, they don't pay. That's a minhag. You see the minhag, oiker halacha. Oy vey. When it says don't steal, the Shulchan Aruch actually means it. The Torah meant it. Nafkamina lemaise, people work in their office and they pick up the phone belonging to their work and they use it for private use. It's either 12 cents, maybe less. Sometimes it's not even bichlal in today's world where you pay a set amount for the whole month, but you're stealing the time of your work. You're supposed to be working at that time. But it was only 30 seconds. I'm coming up for. That's called stealing. People print Divrei Torah just to have something to say on the Shabbos table. But if you're doing it using somebody else's printer, ink, paper, it belongs to your boss, not to you. You have to ask permission. Minhag HaMedina. We said before, Minhag Oiker Halacha. That's not true. You have to ask. And if you get permission and the boss says you can do it, you can. If he doesn't say you can, you cannot. No. You can ask.
He says at the beginning of the year you can use the printer.
Of course, you can use it.
You don't need to ask every time.
Once he says this is the policy, I don't mind if you use it. In fact, it's good for me. I'd like to keep my employees happy. Great. But you need to hear from the boss that it belongs to him, that it's muta. But it's less than shve pruta. But I still, one paper, less than shve pruta. Chatzi shiur asur min haTorah. One is only punished for stealing shve pruta. But one is still not allowed to steal half a shve pruta. One is punished for eating a kazait chazir. Does that mean I'm allowed to eat half a kazait? No. B'mei Dvarim Amorim, listen to an unbelievable ma'aseh. Rav Kook, Zichrono Levracha, was once, he needed to do a get. 2 Eidim came, everything was ready, 1 o'clock, they sit down, and one of the Eidim took out from his bag a blank paper and he wanted to write something for himself, a note. And Rav Kook noticed that on the top it said, Bank of Palestine. This guy was a worker for the Bank of Palestine, and apparently he just took something belonging to the bank and he's writing a personal note for himself. Choshed Mishpat Simin Lamed Dalet, we learn that a person who's a gazlan is pasul le'edus. What do? It's probably less than shvet puta. Maybe back then it wasn't, I don't know. Rav Kook says, let's daven mincha. Before they get, let's daven mincha. Fine. They got 8 other guys, and Rav Kook stands up, it's now 1:10 p.m., and he starts davening. And he's davening. And he's davening. He davened until 7:30 p.m. At night, you don't write a get. The following day, they already got a better ed. Because he assumed this guy's a Rasha, he can't be part of the get, he didn't want to embarrass him, so he found a very clever way to do it. Even though it's half a puta, if it doesn't belong to you, so even though the Shulchan made a mistake, the Shulchan did not make any mistake. The Shulchan knew what the Torah meant. Lo tigzol means just that. Lo tignov, lo tigzol, that means don't take something which doesn't belong to you.